What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? Living legends. Let me say that again, fam. Living legends. Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight took the midnight train to Versus and shut households down around the world. Fam, what a treat. If you missed it, you should be able to find it online somewhere. It was a doozy. Sung so many great classics. Patti LaBelle, man, Patti LaBelle did that On My Own, and If Only You Knew. Lady Marmalade, oh man, come on, fam. So I'm probably going over some of y'all heads because y'all don't really understand real music. A lot of the music that you hear today, a lot of music that you heard when we were coming up was sampled from these artists. This is how good they were. Gladys Knight did that Midnight Train to Georgia. Whoop, whoop. Boy, I was a pimp, boy, when that song came on. Man. I'm talking about great music, song after song after song. All kinds of people were in the chat, like tastemakers, celebrities, politicians, artists, fans, of course. But there was a lot of blue checks in there, boy. I mean, a little bit of everybody. That was actually my second Versus that I watched. I really have never really checked out any of the other ones besides Teddy Riley and Babyface. And you know, that was a makeup. You know, I had to watch that one part 2. But it was still iconic. This was iconic on another level because it was the music that I first heard as a kid. This music, both artists started their careers in the 60s. Patti LaBelle put out her first record in 63. I can't remember, let's see. Gladys put out her first album. Well, it was early 60s. I can't remember exactly when, but it's somewhere around that area. I mean, they're both the same age. They're like 77 years old. So when they start talking about longevity, these are the people that I identified with. I remember the first time we were interviewed by a major publication. It was the Houston Chronicle. And they asked us, what do you guys want to do? What are you going to talk about once you blow up and you get all of this money and everything? You know, you got the success, and now that you guys are getting money, and what are you going to do after that? And I was like, we're going to talk about the same thing as long as there's pain and love and hate and betrayal and discrimination, poverty, homelessness, police brutality. We'll always have something to talk about. And that's unfortunate. But I really felt the sense of community that when they were doing their thing, the blessing in disguise. Well, I don't even know if that's the blessing in disguise, but I'll just say the treat. The treat on top of the treat, the icing on the cake, was the commentary they provided between songs where they were going down memory lane and they talked about the state of affairs that society is in right now, where we are as a people. And they talked about unity and love and happiness and joy, God. It was beautiful watching that. It was beautiful. I'm glad I tuned in because I almost missed it. Somebody sent me a notification and I just clicked it. And typically, And it was a random notification, so typically I don't check those random notifications, and bam, I just happened to click on it, and I was like, man, I'm glad I did. What great music. I heard people talking about matchups they want to see. You know, they want to see, who was that they said? Isley Brothers against, no, that's me. I thought about that. I would like to see the Isleys versus, you know, the Temptations, even though everybody's dead pretty much. But still, you know, the music is still here and they're still touring. You know, you still have versions of the group touring. So just to hear that music would be great, head to head. Stevie and Smokey is still alive. That would be something to see. We're talking about songs that our parents grew up on. Great music, man. I'm talking about the best of the best artists, the best of the best producers. That was the era, that Motown era. That is no era of music, no era, period, can touch that Motown era. That music of the 60s, 70s, and even 80s. Forget about it. Can't touch it. They were talking about Joe and who was they trying to match Joe up against? Joe and Tyrese. What y'all think about that? Joe and Tyrese. And then that was Keith Sweat versus, well, couldn't do it versus R. Kelly. But people are going on and on. Y'all drop some comments and tell me, you know, if you want to see two artists go head to head, artists, whether it be solo acts or groups. Who would y'all like to see go head to head in a versus battle? That would be something to see. You know, this thing can run for a long time because there are so many great artists through the years. This thing could really go. But watching Patti and Gladys was extra special because we know they're not going to be here a whole lot longer. You know, they're up there. You know, they're 70-something years old. And so it was beautiful to see them get their flowers while they're alive and while they can smell them. That was beautiful to see because it's so many people that came up with them who are no longer with us. So watching it, you know, you couldn't help but feel grateful. Yeah, that was one for the record books. When Gladys dropped that, neither one of us, oh, man. Man. See, that was an era where you could play a song and the song would tell the person you was in love with exactly how you felt without the salaciousness. Oh, man. Then they brought Dionne Warwick out. Dionne came out, man, she was like, I can almost, hear one of them calling Dionne Warwick and saying, girl, come on out here with us, you know, and just do one time. Girl, I'm tired, I don't know, I don't feel like all that. Just come out for 2 songs, just 2 songs. Dionne would look like she was trying to sit down somewhere. And then Patti took off the shoes. Oh, man. Patti kicked those shoes off. I thought Patti LaBelle would get up and sing before Gladys Knight did. That's why I don't bet. See, if I bet, I have to know that the fix is in. I do not gamble because I would have gambled for certain and bet that Patti would have gotten up out of her chair before Gladys did. That didn't happen. Oh, man. But anyway, fam, beautiful. What a beautiful experience. I'm glad I caught it. But tell me who you think, you know, would make a great versus battle. What artists out there you want to pair up? What artists do you want to see go head to head? Drop a comment. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?